All right. Welcome back, everybody. I'm sure you can tell by the title. But for those watching after the fact, today will be the last day of this world. Put a lot of effort and a lot of work into it. But I want to do another playthrough. And I want to do it while taking some reflections from some things that I learned in this playthrough. And I want to change some things. So today is going to be an entirely like sort of a reflection sort of day. Yo, what's up, Casp? How's it going? So basically what we're going to be doing is going through everything I did and figuring out what I want to do to improve on the next playthrough. Yo, what's up, Brian? How's it going? How's your day been? I was telling everybody that we got to start last episode, so I think today is going to be the finale, and we're going to start another playthrough on Saturday. So in just a couple days, because we actually already did craft the stars. We crafted the stars and got the Starry Bee and went through the process of actually getting 5 Starry Bees using the Pokey upgrade. And so we've got like star blocks and star shards and everything, but I don't want to go through the process of like fully automating the star process to craft the star shards into actual stars, purely because I don't have enough room in here because I didn't plan this base well. And so I'm thinking, because I was going to do another run through anyways, I want to go through and actually set this stuff up right and like actually organize it the way it's supposed to be. Where you get like all the R stuff in one room and all of your AE2 stuff in one room. And, you know, like just actually get it organized and make a nice looking base rather than just like a cave with stuff scattered everywhere. So I'm going to be making a list today of everything that I think I can do, or that I specifically want to do, to improve for the next playthrough. So the number one thing is I want to build like an actual base, like an actual like industrialized base. Been well, how are you? Man, it's been a really good day. Got a lot of good stuff done today. I played some GeoGuessr earlier, and that was a lot of fun. Very much enjoyed that, but it's been a really good day. So number one is build an actual well-designed base. The other reason why I'm going to be doing this is because I want to do world downloads, because that's something that growing up, at least, I really enjoyed from like the YouTubers that I watched, that you could actually download their world. And because it's on a server, there's not really a lot I can do as far as world downloads go. So I'm very limited in that regard. I'm going to this massive... Hey, that sounds fun. Sounds like a lot of fun. Remodeling my woodland mansion as we speak. Very cool. 8 hours, that's a long ways away. All right, let's see. Modern industrialization is something I could improve on a lot. Better optimize MI. And then I want to actually organize the base. Got to go to sleep because it's... Geez, that is late there, Casp. What are you still doing awake? Okay. And then better organize base. Perfect. Okay. So I'm fine with the MI stuff. Or the that's what I've been waiting for a long time to better or optimize the MI. Modern industrialization, yeah, because that stuff I especially for like quantum upgrades and stuff, I can auto craft it, but I will have to sit here and like wait for like half an hour for one of them to finish. Like it is not anywhere close to optimized. So notification to come say hi. Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you. Very kind of you. So the plan is for the future to have like a separate room for each thing and whatever new base we make. And I want to focus more on productive bees. Focus more on productive bees than mystical agriculture. Then mystical ag. And the reason for that is because I feel like I can get a lot more. Starting a server on this mod pack tomorrow with some of the first things I should set up. I would set up just automated resource generation and then try to get a computerized storage system as quickly as you possibly can. Those are the two things. Organization, my old watching it. Your OCD. Yeah. This is like the most disorganized I've probably ever been in a playthrough. It's really bad. And one of the reasons why I am going to be starting a new rather than continuing to try to upgrade and push this any further, just because I kind of pushed this as far as it can go, and I want to try something new. All right, Cash, have a good night. Get good sleep. Automated resources, number 1. Computerized storage system, number 2, and then rush the time wand as quickly as you can. I would start with those 3 things. Does anybody else have any other ideas for what you should do if you're starting on a server? In general, it's better to loot than to mine. You can get better stuff from looting, rather like just going into buildings and finding stuff rather than mining. And then this time one just saves you a ridiculous amount of time on basically everything you're going to do, because it tick accelerates whatever block you choose to accelerate. See, the other thing is like on my list of videos I want to make is I want to make a video about my AE2 setup, because I feel like it's decent. I could make it better with a pattern provider with like 4 crystal symbolers around it, or like my inscriber all going around it. Start going up, not out. Yeah. Okay, so that's the plan, right? I want to make like an actual like industrial style, modern looking warehouse kind of style building with several floors in it. That way I can organize everything rather than just literally throwing it all on a flat ground inside of a cave that I dug out myself. So that's where we're headed. That's what we're going to do. And I'm also going to do the thing where like you block out and like surround the area, mark out exactly the area you want something to go in before you put it in there. So that way I can keep it all organized. Yo, what's up? How's it going? We're looking through this entire base to try to figure out what we want to do differently on the next playthrough. So the time wand here, I'll show you. So these are beehives, for instance. Like in general, you'll get some combs in here. It'll get picked up and it'll get pulled down there and sent out to the extra stuff. But if I tick accelerate it, it makes it go 128 times faster. And you get more combs and resources than you know what to do with. And that's not just for beehives, that's for basically anything. So if I wanted heated centrifuge to work faster, I have to fill it up with time fluid because I just dumped it all in there. You can tick accelerate anything. To my bees room, into the build channel for kicks and giggles. Still a work in progress. Heck yeah, that's awesome. I'll take a look at it. I've seen some really good, bee setups that I would like to try to emulate a little bit, but we'll see. Yeah, and so like the time wand will work for anything. So like for the Hephaestus forge, you just tick accelerate the forge itself. Or if you're doing one of these, tick accelerate the middle bowl, and occultism goes a lot faster. Like anything that's like kind of slow, you just accelerate. Like even for these crystal obelisks, if you have them around your Hephaestus forge, they add Oriole or whatever, you can accelerate these and it'll add more faster. So it's an incredible tool to have, and I would recommend getting it as quick as possible. Okay, so what else? What are thoughts on like the best power setup? Because this is kind of what I've been going with. And it just feeds from a chest. And like it's effective. And I mean, we're looking at 40 of these nitro reactors. And each one of them are generating about 500,000. Which is kind of ridiculous. Let me get the exact amount real quick. So let's say 477,000 times 40. So we're looking at about 19 million FE per tick. Yeah, so this will be the final one for this world. We're going to leave it here and we'll still have it. I'll probably still make videos here showcasing some of the other stuff I have. But it is a final one for this one because I want to start a new playthrough where I'm not constrained to the confines of this cave. The other thing I want to do is I want to actually automate the just dire thing stuff. Automate just dire things fuels. So that way I can actually push and pull and like have pattern providers on here that will do everything for me. So I don't have to worry about it. That would be the goal. I didn't set up the ore duplication thing or any sort of ore duplication in this entire pack, which I didn't really need to, but I would like to mess with it some. Ore duplication setup. What else? I know, Ezekiel, you were talking about how my organization bugs your OCD. What else in here do we think we can improve upon? Like, obviously, generically, the base is gross. We got to improve that. The organization is a disaster. We've got to improve on that. What else can y'all think of that would be worth working towards improving in the next setup? I do want to get to soul surging stuff quicker. Soul surge more quicker. Because I didn't do that until really late. And I should have done that with all of the modern industrialization stuff. And I didn't. And so that's going to be a big step as far as the next base goes. I also didn't skip any of the MI stuff. There's a lot I could have done to make MI a lot easier for me that I didn't do, that we will do next time for sure. I saw some insane modern industrialization setup stuff on the Discord. There's a guy that has like, I want to say 15 of these different electric blast furnaces, different types, one for each process of what he's doing. So that way it doesn't have to sit there and wait for one thing to finish running before the next one can. It's a lot, but I think it would be a lot more efficient than me sitting here for 3 hours waiting for like a single process to finish running. In addition to that, I should improve, let's see, better XP generation, because this setup here, while it's effective and does generate XP and keeps me full, it doesn't generate as much because it's not using a sword with knowledge of the ages. And so I also end up with a whole ton of random crap in my inventory, like 751,000 spider eyes that I will never use and don't need that much of. And so it ends up just being a lot of waste that I would rather not have to deal with. Oh, hydroponic beds. I didn't do anything with hydroponic beds. And that is a much quicker way to grow all of my mystical agriculture stuff. Hydroponic beds. What on earth is going on? My seeds, are the seeds just literally not growing? Yeah, I don't know what's up with this farm. This farm's been kind of super glitchy. It doesn't look like anything's actually growing in there, but it's still pulling in all of the source from it, which is just weird. What else? Forgot I had that. Well, that one's not. That one is. Got it. So for power, what if I just didn't use reactors? Just to sort of try to stretch myself, find something besides reactors for power. Because every single playthrough I've done so far, I literally just do exactly this inside of a single chunk, and that is my entire power source, which is effective and it works, but I never learn any other power sources like the what is the one from Mechanism? The big boy reactor. Mechanism reactors. Questline's taken 8 years to load. Yeah, I never learned anything like the what's this guy? Fusion reactor, DT fuel. Never did this one. So next time we're gonna do that. Also, I need to make my setup for my fission reactor better because it blew up so many times. Is red or green fertilizer better? I feel, well, the external things to boost speed, would the green be more effective? The green fertilizer increases crop output. I mean, it can be. I have always used red just because it's faster, and I don't know why my farm is just literally not working right now. Like it should be, but it's not. Let's break that and put another one on here. But in general, the faster you grow and harvest, the faster you're going to be able to get resources. So regardless of how much the output is, faster is generally better. Integrate. Did I just break that one? Okay, now everything's growing. All right, sweet. So like all of these are red fertilizers, and it's got growth accelerators on top and all of the ones below, and they grow really, really quickly. Definitely recommend this setup. But next playthrough, I'm going to try to not just use bees, because there's some stuff you have to have mystical agriculture for, but primarily I'm going to try to use bees as my source of resource generation. And then for things like, you know, the insane amount of diamonds you're going to need, or, you know, the ridiculous amount of nether stars you need, I'll probably end up using mystical agriculture with hydroponic beds that are soul surged, because those are ridiculously quick. I might make a video about the hostile neural network setup I have here, because I feel like that was actually really good and incredibly efficient, and might be worth actually showcasing. Do beef setup vid. Agriculture setup didn't look cool. I actually did. Yeah, I did a setup for basically everything I have here. There's some stuff I didn't go over with the gene samples and how to add those to treats and apply them to bees and that sort of stuff. But I did do a video for this, for how to set up the bees. It's out there if you want to watch it. It's definitely worth it. Just because I feel like the bees are faster than mystical agriculture at actually producing resources. Plus, you can't really like tick accelerate anything to do with mystical agriculture, but you can tick accelerate the bees, which makes it a lot easier to, like for the diamonds, I had all 5 of these or 6 of these in here set up. And you need like 500,000 diamond blocks. And if you can like create these diamond cone blocks as quick as this, and then also accelerate the thing that's bringing them in, you get a ridiculous number of diamond blocks very, very quickly. That's a huge benefit that bees have over mystical agriculture. All right, build an actual well-designed base, better optimize modern industrialization, better organize the base, focus more on productive bees than mystical ag, automate the just dire fuels instead of just like barely getting through it, or duplication, soul surge more and quicker than I did, better XP generation, hydroponic beds, and find something besides reactors for power. That's what I have so far. Those are like the main takeaways. What else? I could, because I didn't automate the Hephaestus Forge stuff until the very, very, very end. And I was kind of still just like barely getting through it. Automate Hephaestus, PH Festus Forge. Okay, that's a good one. Thanks. I'll check it out. I found you yesterday, and there's a lot of good digestible size stuff about the mod pack. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. A lot of people will make like half an hour, hour-long videos. I'm trying to find little nuggets of things that I think will actually help people and be like, hey, do this, you know? There's a lot of videos out there that I've made that are very similar to that on like the Infusion Pylon and stuff. But I'm glad you found it helpful. I appreciate you saying that. I think I need to do more with me requesters too next time. Yo, what's up, Goose? How's it going? How are you? Awesome, great stuff. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Not much, man. We're trying to go through everything that we kind of did in this world and figure out what we want to do better next time. As sort of like a reflections kind of stream to figure out when I start the new world on Saturday, what I want to do differently. Out here, we really didn't have too much. We just had the environmental accumulator with some blood tanks. We did the root stuff out here. Anything else? Oh, just these. I don't know. Mechanism wasn't bad. I think this was just our blood, right? Yeah, that's just that one. That's not bad. I don't think we did anything outside. I want to build it outside. A base is going to be outside. Done with my finals, and I want to lock in some ATM10. Nice. How'd the finals go? Outside. The base is going to be an industrial style base outside for sure. That's what we're going with. I don't know how I got all those in there. Dump all that back. Hey, just finished college. I'm in the same boat. Nice. That's awesome. Good. I'm glad. I do think maybe I'll make a video on the iron spells. How many of y'all have seen like the iron spells and spell books? Like, is that something that would be helpful to other people or no? What is my engine button? It's V, right? Yeah, it is. Yo, Hexen, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Welcome. Thank you so much. All right, so I'm going to assume something here, right? I'm going to assume that we're probably all in college for like a computer science kind of thing. And I say that because I feel like modded Minecraft tends to like lend itself a little bit more towards that. Only use it with true invis with pylons. Okay. 3D game modeling. Yeah, that's sick. That's awesome. Electrical engineering. Nice. Very cool. So I wanted to kind of showcase some of the stuff that I did for like getting the, what are they called for the star? What are the things you need? Like the scroll, the withering scroll, the lightning upgrade orb, and the fire upgrade orb. Those were the 3 things you need from iron spells and spell books. And none of them were like super hard, but I kind of had to figure it out how to do it all myself because I couldn't find any video where somebody was like, hey, if you're not actively using iron spells and spell books, and you just want to try to get the star, here are the easiest ways to go about doing that. Like, I kind of had to figure it all out myself. So I'm thinking a video on that might be worth it. Just because I haven't seen anything else out there for it. I don't think I did anything else here. Yeah, no, we basically did nothing above ground at all, except like we grew a couple trees. We obviously had to have the solar neutrino activator things up here. And that was it. Other than that, everything was down here. All right, so we went through that. That's some mechanism stuff that we needed for the sodium. I really want to make this a lot cleaner. Like, this absolute spaghetti mess of cables will probably be completely cleaned up next time I actually go through mechanism. So, better organized mechanism for sure. Or just cleaner. Cleaner mechanism setup. Because I could do it with the same cable and concept and everything. If I just ran the cables at the bottom and then put like ender gates on these instead of running a full cable and everything, I could make this so much more clean and organized. And I think it would be worth it as well. The other thing I could do is look up how to actually optimize this for making the, what do you call it? Well, I guess the nuclear waste to polonium that goes into here to make the antimatter. What else? I also, like, there are two more machines that I'd need to make in order to fully automate the star with modular machines, and there's like no information out there on that yet. That might be a good video idea. I'm gonna write those down as well. So iron bells, AE2 setup, and what are they? The multi-blocks for modular machinery. Multi blocks for modular machinery. Perfect. Okay. What else? Just found the channel. Big fan. Gotta go and start this in episode 2. Nice. Well, I appreciate you saying you're a big fan. Thank you very much. I'm glad you're enjoying the content. We're kind of reflecting on everything that we've done so far in this playthrough, and then we're going to work to hopefully dramatically improve it in the next one. That way we can actually do world downloads and have it actually be something worth downloading, you know? Because I feel like this right now, first of all, is on a server, but second of all, would just be incredibly muddled and confusing if somebody tried to download it and they'd be like, okay, I don't understand what's going on here, and they'd have to like track down all of the wireless connections and everything. Like, I would feel bad about that. Like, I would actually feel bad about handing this world download out to any of y'all. Because it's so disorganized and cluttered and makes no sense unless you're the one that set it up. And I don't want to do that. So the next one, the goal is to keep it organized and have it make sense that you guys can actually see what I'm doing to progress through the pack. My base looks similar to this. I just go find a mushroom island, flatten it, and then get to automating things. I mean, that makes sense. And it, you know, if you're just playing to have fun, which is kind of what I did here, it makes a lot of sense and it's easier. You just keep stuff close, you do what you need to do, and you get stuff done, right? But if I were to try to do this where I want to like actively like, hand it out to somebody or be like, hey, here's my world, go check it out, you know? I would want it to actually be like organized and clean and make sense and pretty as well, like if possible. Your videos helped a lot, especially with the bees and MI. Thank you. Ah, I'm so glad. I'm glad the MI video helped. There wasn't a lot out there that I found on it. And I'm hoping to, at least in the future, make a more advanced video where I sort of showcase, hey, like, you've got some basic stuff. Here's how you actually take your machines and you make them faster and optimize them and make it where, like, you can actually go through the process of getting all of, like, your quantum sword and stuff without, like, sitting here for hours. Like, I don't know if y'all noticed the videos where I made the quantum sword and, like, the quantum armor, it was, like, hours worth of me sitting here AFKing, waiting for stuff to actually finish, or me running around with a time wand accelerating stuff. Like, that's how not optimized my MI setup is right now, which is bad. It's really bad, but we'll get there in the next one. Also, I learned more about the extreme reactor stuff, so we can make this a lot more efficient. We can actually just have one reprocessor, one of these fluidizers, and then I think we may still have to have 2 reactors. But we can narrow this down substantially, which will be nice. And then I'll probably get into the apotheosis stuff a lot quicker as well. What else? What kind of stuff do you guys run in your infusion pylon? Because I got like giant strength, normal strength, resistance, regen, and bursting vitality. Is there anything else that y'all have in there that's worth keeping in your infusion pylon that I should do like early game next run through? My entire base is powered by a big power reactor, currently rebuilding and more organized in my entire ME system. Making a server room. Nice. True invis? Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, server room would be really cool. Yo, what's up? Thanks, Jada. I appreciate it. How's it going? The effect from ours. For invis, I use a scarf. Yeah, that makes sense too. I think, I don't remember if I have the scarf on me. I may just have the luck scarf. I do. I have the lucky scarf. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I had the effects from ours. Yep. So I can't remember which one I put in. Maybe I put it back in here. I don't think I ever got true invis. Potion filter. No, just strength 2 is the only one I ever made. So true invisibility. How are we getting that? This one, the invisibility elixir, and then I assume we use like the what's it called? The demonic wife to make it longer. Is that what we're talking about? For the pylon, I use ancient knowledge for. Oh, smart, so you get a lot more XP. Howdy, John, do you plan on making an ATM Star B? Actually, last episode we made the Starry B, and since then, I used one of the Pokey upgrades and we're up to 5 Starry Bs. So that's all in there. Can just use the iron spell itself. Gotcha. You don't have to find like one of these scrolls or anything. I can use one of these. Greater invisibility, true invisibility. Nice. Yeah, so we have the Star B. And there's a process you can go through to like fully automate it, rebuilding the stars with a lot more stuff, but I don't have the room and I'm not as committed to this playthrough anymore. So we're going to finish this one and we're going to start a brand new one where we're going to actually like fully go through the pack and actually get the creative end game stuff. So that way we can, you know, do it in a more organized fashion and in a way where we can actually do like world downloads. Did you get the B stats maxed out? I think they're all high. But I think because they were high, I didn't care about maxing it out. Now, productivity is even medium on some of these. Again, I got 5 in here, and because I can use a time wand on it, and I get, like, more Starry Cone blocks than I could ever possibly want, or I could use a Pokey upgrade and get more bees, I just haven't. I didn't care enough. No, that makes sense. So true invisibility as well. hard to set up. I didn't look at what it requested at all. A shriving stone, 4 potions of invis, 16 minutes for true invis. That's crazy. Okay, that's actually really cheap. As long as you get the 16-minute invis potions. How do you make that even? Night vision. Oh, that's not bad. 3 of those potion of invis. Yeah, that's actually really easy. You see the tweet about all the magic? I did see that, and I am considering it. Albeit, like, the magic mods are probably some of my least favorite mods in all the mods 10, 9, and 8. But it seems like a cool concept, and it's nice that they're continuing to, like, innovate and do new things. So I at least appreciate that. Just a spell scroll that you can use. You just need one that says true invis. The potions give invis, which is not great. I'm pretty sure these ones at least give true invisibility. Yo, what's up, Dawson? How's it going? How are you? How's your day been? So if I got one of these elixirs, it would give me true invisibility, and then we could use the, what's this thing called over here? This guy, the purifier, to pull that out and put it back into a bottle. And then we could use that and give it to the demonic wife, or yeah, give it to the demonic wife and then keep going back and forth until it's like a really, really long spell, or you have several of them that are long. And then we can, from there, just use a potion filter on it. That should be a pretty easy concept, I think. But getting the spell scroll might be a little bit more of a long. Demonic wife is from occultism. And so what she does is if you have a potion, let's say, I don't even know, potion of slow falling 3 minutes. If you were to hand it, I'm going to grab a bottle just so I can actually showcase this whole thing because it's actually really cool. Bottle. If you hand it to her, he applies that effect to you, but at a much greater rate. So like it was a 3-minute potion and I've got 7.5 minutes of slow falling. So then I can stand over the top of the purifier and it pulls it out. And I got, ooh, that is an infinite potion of night vision now. Can I be, how did I get an infinite potion of night? Is it because of all the other potion effects I have? Yeah, that's not the one I wanted to pull out. But that is the only one that's pulling. So theoretically, I may just have to pull whatever glasses or something I've got on that's giving me night vision. Something is. It also, no, it's this. It's got to be that, right? Something in there is giving me night vision. Yeah, it's gone now. Okay, so now what we can do, throw the bottle on there, and it should pull out the slow falling. Yeah. So maxes out at like 10 minutes, but it means that you can take potions that have a very short duration, like that 3 one, and use the combination of the demonic wife and the purifier to make it a lot longer, which only really helps with like trying to make the potion filters, or if you just want to keep them as potions, you can just use them. But we'll put all that back on. My infinite night vision. How did that? Well, my demonic wife is dead now. I don't know how, but a good thing I don't actually care. Because I'm not using this world anymore. I don't do anything with potions. She just seems cool to have standing around. Yeah, I agree. But like, so like the potions you can do for like the potion pylon, you know, you can get a whole bunch of strength and resistance and all of that stuff. And if you combine it with this guy right here from ours, which is like an amplify thing, if you have a potion effect applied to you and then you use this with it or craft it with this, it ups the level. So that with like a giant strength 6 becomes a giant strength 7 once you drink it. And then you can rebottle it. I think it's just this and I'm good. Yep, night vision's now gone. So you drink it. And giant strength 6 becomes giant strength 7. And then you rebottle it again. And then you can keep going up. And so if you combine increasing the, you know, duration of your potion effect, as well as increasing the level of the potion effect, you can just keep going up and up and up. And so like, that's how I have, I think one of mine's like a strength 10 or something, like just absurd levels of potion effects. So it can be very, very strong. I didn't want to put that in there. Grab all of that back out, put it back on. Made a ton of Insanium apples, ate them, and a potion carded them. Ooh, that's very smart. What all does that give you? Because that should be a lot. Insanium apple. We're about to find out. Here's what we're going to do, actually. First things first, we're going to pull all of those out of there. You can also look at charge spell from iron spells. Get 30% damage, I remember correctly. Nice. That's very nice. Okay, so I gotta wait for like 10 seconds for all these things to disappear, and then whatever is giving me night vision, which is that one, we're gonna make that one go away as well. All right, everything's cleared out. So it gives you strength, haste, regen, resistance, speed, and absorption. Yeah, I would potion filter that as well. That's incredible. Said your ATM10 journey is over. So many unmade YouTube tutorials. What's next for the channel pack-wise? We're doing it again, boys. We're doing it again. So this is the last for this playthrough, and the reason for that is because I've run out of space, and I also have fallen out of love with my base. And so the plan is, we are going to take everything we have learned here, and I've written down a whole bunch of notes. That's what this entire episode's for, is to sort of reflect on everything we did here. And we're going to figure out how we can do it all better. So we're not building underground next time. We're actually going to organize everything next time. It's going to be a single player world, so that way I can do downloads, but we're doing all the mods 10 again. So I want to do another run through where I actually like, you know, do it right. Because I was saying earlier, like, first of all, this is on a server, so it'd be almost impossible to get an actual world download for it. But second of all, like, I would feel bad about giving somebody this world and this setup as a world download. First of all, because it's ugly as heck. Second of all, because it is not organized in any form, fashion whatsoever. And so somebody would, you know, trying to figure out how to do something, right? Would have to spend literally hours trying to figure out what on earth was going on, you know, between my ears up here, to figure out what they needed to do to figure something out that I have set up, right? And so I don't want to do that. I want to have it like organized and look nice and set up well and all of that. What's the dono goal for a world download? So not this one. If you really want to, this is on the server that I play on. It's on the server that's in the Discord. So if anybody wants to just come check out this world, you can. It's all here. It is claimed. I may change that. I may make it where you guys can come take all the stuff. I don't care. I'll probably leave it claimed. That way it doesn't go anywhere in case I want to do any tutorials on it. But the this world will be here if you want to look at it, but I don't want to do a world download for this one because it's bad. I mean, all of this not optimized. You've got Pneumaticraft just thrown in the back there behind all the extreme reactor stuff. You've got like mystical agriculture here, but also over there. Occultism was here and then also was over there as well. Productive trees is stuck in this room over here that you would never find or know that it's there, but it's here. Like, hopefully that makes sense for why I don't want to give this world out as a world download. Okay, good. It does make sense. Glad. Okay. That's the plan though. So other than that, for those that have been here for the long haul, the ones that have like really watched me set up stuff, I've got some notes down for like optimizing MI, making my mechanism setup look prettier and better and not be this junky and gross. Focusing more on bees than mystical ag next time, and actually automating the just dire things. Other than like those things, what else have I done that's been like irksome or like really bugs your OCD a little bit? Other than obviously the fact that the base is kind of gross. We're just in a cave. I know there are some people that said I should use like P2P tunnels. Long haul, John Hall. I didn't do that intentionally. I didn't even realize I did that. But good catch. Good catch. Because I always neglect bees. The plan is to start Saturday. I will probably start a new world on Saturday. Why bees over MA? Okay, so I just neglect them, right? We talked earlier a little bit about how MA, like, they're seeds, they grow, they do their thing, and that's fine. But like bees, you can actually like accelerate them using the time wand, and then they can produce a ridiculous amount of stuff, and you can optimize their stats and everything. Like, there's just a lot that you can do with bees that I have not done before, and because of that, I want to do, just to kind of figure it all out, right? My runic star altar had everything to make my first Aldemod star and had enough energy to run. It would show progress for a split second and revert back to saying no recipes found. Any idea what's wrong? You have Oriol in the Utrim bottles? I assume. Like we used a bottle of Uriol and we right-clicked on them. Don't see Industrial Foregoing Souls, but I haven't seen your entire... So it exists. Here's that poor little guy with a whole bunch of bats. And then the only thing I really set up souls with was this guy. You can see it right there. But I have it down that I want to do more of that next time because I think it's a really elegant way to speed up the process for all the modern industrialization stuff too. You should use the Just Dire Things Paxil. I might. Is it instead of the Unobtainium Pickaxe? Got you. Is it better? What's different about it? I haven't looked at it at all, actually. I get that. I always stray towards MA because it's easy. Yes, it is. I agree. It's easy. You said it. It lives there. It runs, right? And the bees, unless you have like a simulation upgrade, they're loud and annoying and sometimes kind of slow. That's true. You do have to have the output as well. So you'll have to have like the power input hatch. You have to have the item input hatch with enough room for all the stuff in it. And then an output hatch for the stars as well. I'm running way behind on these comments. It's got the souls. I get that. I was straight towards it because it's easy. Do you have Mega ME set up? I'm debating on how many cells I need. I kind of do. I kind of went with 256k for everything. And then just filled up like 3 or 4 of these and then got some of the infinity cells too. I can make mega cells, but I just didn't. You know, like I just literally didn't. I made fluid. We made chemical. We made even some of the, what were they? The weird ones. These ones. Yeah, the radioactive ones. But other than that, I really didn't do too much with it. Dire Things has such useful upgrades. What kind of upgrades does it have? Yes, the largest item output hatch. And I used it to farm Patrick stars. If you can do Patrick stars, you should be able to do the ATM stars. Insta break 7x7 can get to nut. That's crazy. I didn't even think about that. That's, yeah. Okay, let's go. I'm going to go look at Just Dire Things real quick then. Just Dire. So, oh, these are all the upgrades. Okay, so most of those are for... So, oh, for the armor. Ore miner. We'll shift for details. Shift. There we go. Oh, it shows location nearby ores. Auto harvest connected ores. Clear falling blocks above the one. Jeez. Okay, so this is like a lot of like the ulti-mine stuff, but like better. Because then you can do like 7x7. And vulnerability. Is that an effect? That'd be sick if it was an effect and you could put it into a potion. That would be so cool. Insta break and X-ray upgrades are insane. That looks really cool. I used souls for everything and made my MI a lot more bearable. I really should. I followed your modern installation video and was curious if you do everything through queues or if you have a setup. I hadn't seen passively crafting all of the components. No, everything is through queues. Like if I want something, I have to like actually request it. There's no like passive generation. There's no, other than like Steam and creosote and like some of the early stuff like plastics and stuff, like whatever this is making. I don't even remember. Atom input. Yeah, the raw synthetic oil that goes in there and then comes over here to make the plastic sheets. All of that's automated and will just keep going. But other than that, no, I should have. I'll be the first to admit I should have. And that's one of the things that's on my list for optimization. I want to do that better next time because you're right. Like I mentioned earlier, for crafting the quantum upgrades, I literally was sitting here for like several hours and would just go do something else and just let it run and do all of its stuff and it would eventually craft. And that's not like the optimal way to do it whatsoever. It's pretty bad, honestly. So true invis in potion pylon. I got that one written down. I've been thinking about making a video on my automation for all of the alloys as well, because this one's really easy. But automating the dissolution chamber as well as you should passive some lines. It will change your life. I agree. I know. I've seen other people do it. I know it would make it so much better. But at this point, I'm committed. We made the Starry Bee. We got as far as I really wanted to get with this world. And so next time we're going to do it passive and we're going to set up, you know, like everything you need to actually get some of those built up and have it like ready to go for you. But I'm not doing it this time. Did you use compact machines at all? The store in cube is stupid large. I did not. The only one I did, what was the one that got removed? I had one. Compact machines replaced something else, and I can't remember what the first thing was, but I had literally set up the first thing the day before they announced that they were getting rid of it. And so I was super bummed out. So instead I just took my entire fusion reactor, a hyper box. Yes, I had a hyper box and I just moved it. Hyper, yeah, it's gone. Completely gone now. But I used to have a hyper box that would hang out like right over here, and it had my whole fusion reactor in it, but I had to get rid of that because they got rid of it. So instead we moved it all to the mining dimension and then it blew up. So that was fun. Transmission potion pylon. Question about the AE add-on matrix pattern multi-block. Def not the right. The big white box holds pattern. This guy. Can you tear it down and upgrade the size without deleting the patterns stored? I don't know the answer to that question. Nor do I really want to break it and drop the 150,000 patterns that I have in here on the ground. Like, I don't know if you can break it without delete. I don't think it would delete it. I think it would drop them. But I also don't really want to test it, you know? But that's a good question. You can build a very small one, slap a pattern into it to test it. That's a great point. You could test it pretty easily. Oh, also, I was super proud of how we automated this. Basically, this just spawns in a whole bunch of pillagers. I probably should have done the no AI on that. That would have made it better. But they just like funnel down here through the glass and just stand on top of that. I can just kill them all and then it just fills up the blood for me. I did that mistake and lagged the world for 5 minutes until all the patterns despawned. Oof. That would be pain. Yes, it drops the pattern just like normal pattern providers. Goodness, yeah, that would be the worst because the amount of patterns, especially once you get to like closer to end game, is absolutely absurd. But yeah, that just fills the blood up for you. And it also gives you a whole bunch of these souls that you can drop in there. While we're setting that up. Yeah, that sounds like an awful time, honestly. I can't think of anything else. I think we have a really solid list of everything else I want to do for the next one. Goose, I appreciate your sacrifice. Yeah, honestly, the sacrifice. Now we know. Now we know. And I'm glad because there's a little thought in the back of my head that I might just, we'll just break a block, you know, no worries. Now, like, there are an absurd number of patterns that are in that pattern provider. And I guarantee that people have more, but I at least have a ton. And I would not want to do all that again. Or, much less, have them all despawn and then have to remake all of the patterns again. That would be the worst. Yeah, so like next time I'm thinking for all of the Ender IO stuff, all of that'll go in a separate room. We'll keep all of our AE2 stuff in a separate room. Probably, I don't know if we'll do all power in a single location, but at least like a power room, and then we'll have like player transmitters as well as our wireless access stuff and everything like that all in a room. And then like enchanting and the mystical agriculture and something just like logically, if you're looking at it, it makes sense what a room's purpose is. So that if you're looking for how to do something in the world download, you can know kind of where to go and what you're doing. So that's the plan. That's really what we're going to try to do for the next one, because I do think that's something that y'all would enjoy. So, other than that, you use float networks at all. I see a lot of intergates, but I've always used, so I always use Flux as well until this one, where when I started this world, Flux networks hadn't been put in the pack yet. But I have used them before, so the flux point, the plugs, and then is it the controller that does all the player charging and stuff? Yeah, wireless charging on your Flux network. Yep. No, I have always used it before, but by the time I had my entire power setup ready to go, there were no flux points yet. I didn't know Flux networks at all, so I just used what I had, which would have been intergates for all of it. Nah, it's not that bad. It's just different. So like for wireless power, you use an intercell. Oh, that's out. Why is that out? It shouldn't be out. It looks like it's bugged. It should be just receive. Oh, it should be. I don't even know. All receive and. It should be plugged into all of these. Oh, everything is just stuck. Like it's not even changing how much is stored. I don't know how everything has power right now. Oh, it did have power, and then I messed with it, and it looks like the power's going down now. I don't know. Channel 1 has no storage in it. That's why. It does. Trust me. Channel 1 has a lot of storage in it. It has about 3 trillion FP per tick of storage in it. I don't know why it's not working though. Like, it's just bugged out, and I'm not worried about fixing it. But like, you can tell by the fact that all of these cables still have power and are still using the power that there is power in it, and it is using it. I'm just not going to mess with it because I don't care. OVC with Draconic Evolutions. I agree. That's what the other thing is, like, if I play through it again, by the time I get to the... Yeah, I agree. It is scary. It's terrifying. But by the time I get to, like, the end game again, we'll probably have several other things included, like the Cataclysm mods and hopefully some Draconic Evolution and stuff like that. It'll give me a little bit extra to go through and make it a little more fun and new and fresh. So that's another one of the many reasons why we're gonna start from scratch so that we can like actually fully showcase all of the mods in the pack. So that's the plan. All right. I think I've got a good list. Does anybody have any final? I know you won't be playing round 2 on a server. You still be, yeah, I'll still be hosting one. Yeah, this server will still be here. This setup, this world, everything in here will still be here. I will most likely film most of my videos from here, unless there's something that I have set up on the other one already. But most likely, all of the the how-to videos I film will be here. Live will probably be on a single-player world. But if you want to come see it, feel free to come see it. If you want to play on the server that I host, all of that information's in the Discord. Other than that, are there any other questions before I go about this world or anything else that I did in here? Before we call this a close and we end the video and that's the last of the series and then I label the playlist complete. Any other questions? This world was a ton of fun. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I feel like I learned a lot. There's a lot of optimization that happened in here. And I'm very proud of this world. We got 18 of the stars built, and that was a huge win for us. You making a new world for all the mods in? Yes. New world, new server, or not new server, new world, single player world, and we're going to do world downloads, and it's going to be a ton more organized, a much better looking base. We're going to do everything that I did wrong in this one right in the next one. That's the plan. And also have something I can give to y'all, like give you world downloads every week or something, or every other week or something like that, right? So that way, you guys can go check out everything. You don't just have to watch the videos themselves. So that's the plan. Thank you guys all so much for watching. I appreciate the very kind words, Brian. Thank you guys all so much. The new world is starting on Saturday. We're going to do Saturday morning. And any questions you guys have while I'm streaming, come ask them there. Leave them in the comments, leave them in the Discord. I'm more than happy to help. Thank you guys all so much. I have loved this playthrough and I'm so excited for the next one. Y'all have a good one. Bye.